That's up and running, that's good. Hello. Welcome to some racing. And I have hit the wrong buttons, let's see. Hold on. Yeah, that'll be good, I think. Yeah, welcome to Le Mans and a 1.2 hour race. Or, 72 minutes. Yeah, let's put that one there. 72 minutes of racing. I am terribly slow in here. As I probably should be. Yeah, that will probably do. So let's head out for driving some then. I do hope that the sound mix is good between the game and the voice. I just realized that I looked to the left when I went out of the pit box, and it's a private qualifying, so I won't see any of the other cars on the track. Still, that's a good habit to have. Especially in rFactor 2, where there is where the collisions are on everywhere. You have games like ACC and iRacing where the collisions are disabled in the pit lane, but that's not the case with rFactor 2. That was a big lockup. So Edward's setup is probably with a lot more brake pressure than I'm usually using, or than I've been using so far at least. Oh well, I'll have to decrease that a little bit. Otherwise I'll have to pit every second lap for new for new front tires. It would have been nice with a couple of more people joining in the race, of course. Because 7 drivers in a multi-class race is a bit short. But still, it's the biggest field we've had going since before the summer break, so I'll take it. It's at least it's enough people signed up so we can actually do some racing. Last time around I think we only had 4. way too late on the brakes. Or too careful on the brakes, rather. At this rate I will barely be faster than the GTEs. Well, the setup is probably built upon soft tires. And yeah, I don't know, maybe soft tires will last the entire distance. If I just do some adjustments to the brake pressure so that I don't lock up every time I every time I look at the brake pedal. Well, that was late. And almost sideways like a rallycross car into the, or rally car into the Mulsanne corner. I'm always starting to accelerate too early on that. It's the Corvette corner, isn't it? The bad cambered one there. So 7 seconds-ish of the best time. Then again, I'm driving with a full tank of fuel. So full tank of fuel on medium tires. So the is probably not the best qualifying setup for the car in that respect. Oh, I just realized, look back, or look in the mirror, there is sparks flying. And that'll look extra cool in the dark. You can see it already that the sun is starting to set. So we're using time scale here. I don't remember from the top of my head what the time scale actually is, but it is enough to get proper dark. I think it actually might be yeah. Now where's the keyboard? There it is. So let's save that setup. Yeah. Before we do anything else, there we go. And then wait a minute. Let's see, 78.25. One more step, and then load my setup. $70 kilos. He was using 78. Yeah. So if we go down to 70 then. Oh, Leslie, I haven't put in the time yet. Okay, so I was quite comfortably ahead of the GTs at least. I do want to go out on softs just to see how they are. Man, since well, I've done one rFactor 2 race since we started back up again in late August, and the last one I did before that was in June, I think. We're still having daily races into June. So I'm quite a bit out of practice. Well, I mean, I've had some seat time with the Richard Burns rally, of course, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, and the 24-hour race where I was taking part of in the ACC. during my summer vacation, which was in the start of August, I think. I've already forgotten. It's more than a week ago, so I've completely forgotten. Ah, there Leslie or Michelle has put in a lap time. Because I've been relegated to third. But that's all good. I'm I'm not fast enough to fight for anything here, so I'm just going around. Mostly because I like driving at Le Mans. Okay. And again, way too early on the accelerator. And the sun is already going down. That's so nice. And the corner markers have lit up already as well. I'll probably say this several times as well, but there is something magical about driving at Le Mans at night. And that for some reason was almost turning my car around. Still, I lost less time on that one than that half spin compared to what I actually thought I was going to lose. Yeah, just looking at the tire degradation, I think the softs are a good option for the race. He says, and then takes off 3% of left front in the next braking zone. They feel a lot better on the car. Naturally. And I do it again. Way too aggressive on the middle part of the chicane. I'm making a mess out of every single braking point around the track. And every single apex. Well, that exit was a lot better than what I've done in the past. Yeah, that 1 second increase in lap time won't really do me anything. Yeah, that's good. It's 0.3 and then 0.7 and then 7 seconds. So that's a quick toilet break then. So I'll have a look at Leslie driving for the time being. I'll be right back. So we're closing in on the race then. Very rapidly. So that'll be good. I've actually been looking forward to this throughout the day at work, so it'll be really fun. Alright, there we go. So it's a quick formation lap, so I don't know where we'll be positioned when we start. I don't really know what that fast rolling start actually does, but I guess we'll find out in not too. Okay, that's straight into it then. That was a very short formation lap. Ooh. I didn't look at the other cars if they were sparking as much as my car does, by the way. Yeah, Edward's car is sparking just as much. Well, there's no point in fighting him because he's he is also 7 seconds a lap faster than I am, so Better to let him go and chase the others. That's a good thing the weather is nice in France today, because we're using the live weather thingy for the for the server. So if it would be raining around Le Mans in real life right now, it would be raining in the game as well. We've had some really fun races with that in the past. Especially the one we did at Alton Park, where it was raining on and off quite a lot throughout the race with the GT3s. So I did actually manage to see the other cars ahead of me at the start of lap 2 as well then. I guess 7 seconds ain't that much. Because you have quite a long straight of visibility on this track. Looked like someone was using a bit extra of the tires into that second chicane. Into an arse too. 3:34. I don't remember what I did in the qualifying. Was it 36 or 37, I think? So the conditions must be more ideal on the road now than it was during qualifying. Yellow flag. We got 4 prototypes in the race, and 3 of them are red. It's only Michelle who's in a yellow one. Looks like the shadows are getting longer already. I was very late on the brakes. And somehow I didn't crash, and I didn't lose that much time. Don't know if that downshift was really helping anything. But in the end it was a 33. And then I've ruined the left front, I guess. Yeah, I've already gotten the vibrations. Well, that's the first 0.2 hours of the race done. One hour to go. locks up left front. Oh, someone has been off in Indianapolis. Not enough for me to gain on it, but still. There are some tales to be told. And then 2 gears down into here. It looks like we have a runaway leader in the GTEs. I can't see the overlay that you see on the top left of your screen. I don't have that in-game visible on my end. So I can only follow the line that is underneath the mirror. I can see that position 6 and 7 are quite close together, but position 5 is quite a bit ahead. Oh. That was the right front that was locking up this time. So we're making both our front tires nice and square. I can't really hear it yet. Yeah, well. And now darkness descended on the track. I only have fuel for 2 more laps. Well, just shy of 3. No, that's too early to do the first stop. You do the as far as you get on the full tank. That's a drift. So I thought I wasn't going to change any tires in the pit stops, but I think I will. So do we pit on this lap or do we gamble on one more? I was braking way too much. Yeah, if we drop the mixture a little bit, that might be. That might be our saving grace. Oop, so we can get one more lap out of the out of the tank of fuel. I think the next stint will be a little bit better. because we burnt half a liter of fuel on the grid, waiting for the race to start, and then a little bit on the fast formation lap there as well. A fast rolling start. Ooh. Yeah, we'll do a quick judgment call when we get to Corvette corner. See how much we have got left. So across this lap I have lost quite a lot of time to the cars ahead of me. Ooh. Yeah, no, that's plenty. Plenty of fuel for another lap. Might have been good the way it was actually. But well, doesn't matter. Look at the skybox and everything around. It's so cool. It's magic. Yeah, I think we'll swap the rears as well. Sounds like I need to change the fronts. I've forgotten which button I've mapped to change the values. So this, no, it wasn't that. Ah, there we go. Oh, and then letting go of the brakes, and it snaps into an oversteer. Which is nice for loose surface rally on a rear-wheel driven car, but not so nice on a prototype for asphalt racing. guess all the other Cadillacs are going in this time around. Ooh, how is this one? Now this is interesting. Well, it will be interesting for the other guys at least. Hi David. That'd be nice. I missed having all these races going on. Because there've been a couple of weeks where we haven't been driving at all, so it's nice to drive even though the field is a bit thin. But I will continue to put on some races through the autumn. So I'm looking very much forward to see you back in action, David. So interesting. It will be interesting to see how the balance of the car is now with worn rear tires and new fronts. It might be horrible. And the good thing is that we got to do all this pit stop malarkey one more time. But the thing is, I will probably be... they will be leaving the pit lane before I get in next time, I think. I do feel a little bit bad for Edward, who was was behind me there. Because I think I went in as deep as I could. Had I gone any further forward, I think I probably wouldn't have been serviced. Someone's had another big lockup. And why did I go down 2 gears into Tête Rouge? That's just wrong. Is it getting brighter already though? Might look like it. It also might be me just misjudging my pretty much everything. Optimistic thinking. It looked like a clear starlight sky in one direction there. But then quite a bit of a cloud cover the other way. Managed to catch that one before it escalated. I need to stop looking at the other screen when I'm driving. Because even down the straights, I'm not going straight. I think we need to change both fronts and rear for next next big stop. Oh the hell. And they're not even that worn. I mean, it's still at 87%. Oh, that's extending the corner a bit. turned in too early this time. Oh. Catching up to the lowest positioned GT car. Well, to be honest, we're catching up to all of the GT cars, but it's the lowest positioned one that I'm gonna catch up to the first. As the sun is about to come up over the horizon. That's a Ferrari. So that might be Colin then. Thanks, Colin. And then the automatic thingy wants me to go to the pits again at this lap. That's not gonna be enough for a two-stopper. Will it? No, I don't think so. And a bit more balanced out of the chicane now, so it didn't have any tank slappers or anything. Still 2.5 seconds, 2.6, 2.7 seconds slower than my fastest lap of the race so far. No, that's not the right way. That's the way. 60 liters seems a bit excessive now, but I have to have a closer look at that when we get to get closer to the pit stop itself. In 4.5 lap. I do like that counter at the bottom left. It says laps in tank 4.5. That is pretty accurate compared to anything that the game calculated for you earlier on. I was reaching for the for the pit stop request button, but to unrequest the pit stop. But it was so much left of the lap at that point that it would just pop up again. And I was I mean, I was slightly competent at driving at some point there. But that's all over now. Tim is another one of those the guys that usually was driving everything we put up on the Fridays. But I think his work schedule changed around a little bit, so he's not able to join as many races as he used to. I know how that is, because for 9 years I had a job where I was working late shifts every second week. So I had 1 week with early shifts and 1 week with late shifts, and the time we closed the store when I was working late was the time the qualifying starts on the server, and I had to do everything, you know, counting the tills and everything before or the cash register before we could leave for the day. So I was leaving at 9:15 in the evening and had a 45-minute drive home, so I missed out on half of the races that was being arranged. So 2 years ago I moved to a store that is in the same chain, so still working with the same, but at a store that is half the distance away from my home, and it closes at 8 instead of 9 in the evening, so I am home with a little bit of time to spare even before the qualifying starts, usually. So that's good. Speaking of good, we are about to encounter the second GT, which I suspect is an Aston Martin. When someone joined our Discord as well. And just for record, I'm muting the Discord when I'm talking here, and then I'm muting here when I'm talking on the Discord. Oh man, I was slow out of there. But it worked out. So I'm a little bit faster again this lap. Might be because we're down to 24 liters in the tank instead of 50 something that was a bit earlier on. down from a 69 liter capacity. I didn't remember to look at the timing when we did the previous pit stop. So I don't really know how much time we've driven with a full tank of fuel. So the calculations I had that I did rather quickly in the warm-up session was that I needed 60 liters for the final stop. But that was with a full formation lap with extra 9 liters of extra fuel, and it was calculating with using 9 liters of fuel per lap to make it a bit easier to calculate. So so we can go down 9 liters by just removing the formation lap. I don't know if I've actually used over 8.5 on many laps either. Doing the math on the go. I'm in 3rd position suddenly. Someone has been to the pits. Made the strategy call to avoid the shuffle that we had last time around. And there's a GT pit stop happening as well. Yeah, okay, Michael Rudolph has been into the pits. Okay, that was way too heavy on the brakes. So I only overtaken 2 of the GTs then on the track, and the final one in pits. So much for seeing the other cars around the track. That was a lot better positioning of the foot on the brakes than to the other chicane. So 8.3, so that's another lap then. That was straight into the gravel. So we will get another lap before we have to go into the pits. That was 8.5 liters, pretty much exactly. So let's see, when we get to the line, it's 13 minutes left. That might have been a bit too late. No, it worked out quite okay. So 369.12, 4 laps then, I think. Let's put in fuel for 5 laps. Where is 4th position? Someone disconnected from Discord as well. Did oh, so Edward has retired. That was a little bit of a scare now. I looked. Oh. Oh, but way too late on the brakes again. A little bit of a scare. Looking at the fuel thingy at the bottom there, because I looked at the wrong one. I looked at laps in tank instead of the actual fuel calculation, so it was that's wrong. So we got fuel for 5 more laps. And I'm being thick and forget to look at the the pit stop timer that stopped, which means that the pit stop is done. Cold tires now. But we're back again with a car that grips in both ends. Oh, and Michael was almost had almost caught up to me when I was in the pits, so I was that close to actually seeing his car on the track as well. But I got away before he got past me, so that'll be some more lonely driving in towards the end. And it looks like the other two ahead of me they've been a bit more efficient on their fuel. Either that or they've gapped me big time during the middle part of the race. I haven't really been paying any attention to the gap. But I do know that I put in quite a few slow laps through the night passage, so so that might be it. Yeah, because they're still driving and they can't have squeezed 2 extra laps of fuel out of this. And of course there is a big possibility that they only took fuel at the final pit stop and not tires. So I gave them 30 seconds extra with just with that. Open again. The microphone from the headset bops the microphone from the gaming computer. And the sparks fly. It is quite cloudy in France. forecast says that it's not gonna rain, so we'll miss out on of that feature. But I think that's all good, because I'm already far too slow as it is. It won't be any better at all with rain. I was gonna say, Edward is arranging races at RaceDepartment on in rFactor 2 on Mondays. So this coming Monday, I will be using the BTCC cars at Norrisring, which is it's a combination that we did just before we took summer break, I think, in the Friday club. It was a real fun race, so I'm really considering signing up for that one. Because I do find the touring cars in this game to be quite fun. Four and a half minutes, so there will be this lap and one more then. So I took on fuel for one lap too many. But that doesn't really matter too much. Was that actually green numbers in the delta thingy on top there? It was. For a few brief moments. And on Le Mans, in the early parts of December, I think it is the 10th and 11th, I think it must be. I can't see it on my calendar over there. It's the weekend that is somewhere around the 10th and 11th of December. We will, a group of us from RaceDepartment will be participating in the Le Mans Classic, which is hosted by the old driver spirit .fr. A really nice group of rFactor 2 drivers based in France. So it will be the kind of Le Mans Classic as you see in real life I think it's every second year. that Peter Otto is putting on, in which you have races for different eras of endurance machinery. Different cars that has been driving at Le Mans in the past. So that weekend will be. I haven't fully read up on the format, but a couple of years ago we did. I think it was 18 races over the course of the 24 hours. Because there was 6 different car classes which span a few years. A few years each. 6 different car classes and 45-minute races, and then spread out with a little bit of rest in between the sessions. So you had 6 races and then a little small break, and then the next six races and a small break, and then the final 6 races. So it will be something along those lines again this year. And well, RaceDepartment is the reigning champion of that Le Mans Classic. At least some of us are. Because last time they had a Le Mans Classic Light last year, I think. Yeah, I think it was in 22. It was a lot shorter. Because that was 3 classes with 3 races each, I think. So everything was done in one evening into the night. It was teams of 3 drivers, where the 2 best positioned drivers scored points from each race. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, the other drivers, I can hear them on the Discord, was started on soft tires, but then double stinted mediums on the final half of the race, if you like. So yeah. That looked like it worked a lot better than me double stinting my soft rear tires. And across the line with another 12.5 liters of fuel left in the tank. Where's the button? There's the button. Well, that was fun. Slowest driver in the sorry, in the hypercar field by a country mile. But still. Right, so that's some endurance racing at Le Mans. That was really nice. I actually had a couple of people tuning in at points during the race as well. Thank you so much for joining in, every one of you. There will be some more rallying in the during the weekend with the SRM legs 2 and 3. And the second leg of those is a really long one. It's 170 or 180 kilometers, so that'll be a marathon with mixed conditions, of course, because it wouldn't be SRM without the mixed conditions. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you later then. Take care. Bye bye.